All right, ladies and gents, let's talk about the menstrual cycle. Yes, that's right, I'm going there, but don't worry, I'll keep it PG. For those of you who don't know, the menstrual cycle is like a monthly party that our bodies throw, complete with hormonal shenanigans, cramps, and a lot of unnecessary drama. It's like Mean Girls, but instead of Regina George, it's your uterus calling the shots. But seriously, our menstrual cycle can have a huge impact on our lives. Some of us turn like Hulk-like monsters, while others just want to eat all the chocolate in the world. And let's not forget about the dreaded period leaks and awkward bathroom runs. Despite all of this, there's still a weird stigma around talking openly about our periods. But we need to break down those barriers and start having more honest conversations about this totally normal bodily function. When we understand our menstrual cycles, we can better take care of ourselves and support each other. So let's talk about our periods and let's laugh about the weird things that happen to our bodies. And let's work together towards a future where women's health is given the attention and respect it deserves.
Nourish Ones. If you're new here, hi, my name is Shannon. I'm a registered dietitian, nutritionist, and the founder of the Nourish Center. On this YouTube channel, we talk about everything related to food, nutrition, and holistic health. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, definitely subscribe. In this video, we are going to talk about how to sync your eating habits with your menstrual cycle so that you can reduce and prevent the painful signs and symptoms of PMS like mood swings, painful cramps, and the like. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, grab a pen and paper because we're going to dive into a lot. Let's get started. In each phase of your cycle, your body prefers different nutrients. And if you eat these different nutrients in each phase, you can feel your best and even prevent signs and symptoms of PMS like painful cramps, mood swings, and even bloating. Because your hormones fluctuate throughout your cycle, your body is going to prefer different nutrients to support the balance of those hormones. Understanding your menstrual cycle can be very confusing, but I'm going to keep this video as short, sweet, and simple as possible. Feel free to grab a pen and paper or your phone to take notes so that you can learn how to apply what you're learning here to your own life. The first phase is the menstrual phase. The menstrual phase begins on day 1 of your period when you begin bleeding. During this phase, as you're releasing blood, your body requires a lot of iron and prefers iron-rich foods. During this phase, you might also experience cramps, fatigue, bloating, and so prioritizing iron-rich foods can help you to prevent some of these symptoms during this phase. If you are someone who is vegan or vegetarian, foods like green leafy vegetables such as spinach or kale and even lentils are great sources of iron. And if you are someone who eats meat or chicken and fish, chicken, fish, and even red meat are great sources of iron as well. During this phase, you also want to prioritize drinking enough water, especially because you're going to be increasing your iron intake. Iron tends to add bulk and harden up our stool a little bit, so be sure to drink enough water so that your body can pass your stool very easily. The menstrual cycle typically lasts 3 to 7 days, so ensure that you are drinking enough water and getting enough iron-rich foods during this phase. The next phase is the follicular phase. The follicular phase also starts on day 1 of your cycle, but instead of lasting only 3 to 7 days, it actually lasts all the way to your ovulation phase. So it lasts about 14 days. So during this phase, your hormones change, your energy levels increase, your mood is also improved, and during this phase, you want to prioritize eating fiber-rich carbohydrates. So fruits, vegetables, and whole grains will be your best friend. Again, the follicular phase also starts on day 1 of your cycle, but continues all the way until your ovulatory phase. So it continues and lasts for 14 days. Be sure to get in enough fiber-rich carbohydrates throughout this entire phase. The next phase is the ovulatory phase. During this phase, your body is beginning to release an egg to be fertilized to create a baby. And this phase typically starts on day 14, and you want to prioritize protein to help the development and growth of the egg. So foods that you can eat that are high in protein, if you are someone who is vegan or vegetarian, include tofu, lentils, like legumes, and beans. And if you're someone who eats chicken, poultry, fish, red meat, those options will also be high in protein as well. If you're someone who is vegan or vegetarian, especially for my vegans out there who want to prioritize protein, try to eat complete protein. So tofu is a great source of a complete protein. However, if you like to eat beans are not a complete protein. You have to pair that with something like rice. So beans and rice will give you a complete protein. I'll probably make an entire video in the future about amino acids, proteins, how to get enough protein on a vegan vegetarian diet. If you're interested, comment down below. But in a nutshell, eating beans and rice will create a complete protein, or eating tofu, you will have a complete protein as well. But in a nutshell, if you are vegan or vegetarian, tofu will be your best friend because it contains all of the amino acids. It's considered a complete protein. So it has all of the amino acids that chicken or fish or red meat would have. The ovulatory phase typically lasts 24 hours, so it's pretty short. So just feel free to prioritize protein on that day. The last phase is the luteal phase. And during this phase, estrogen and progesterone are high. So we are moody, we're bloated, we're having cravings, we're not feeling the best, and we're hungry. To combat these symptoms, you want to incorporate healthy fats. Healthy fats will help your body to feel satisfied and full after eating, which in turn can help you to reduce cravings. Some healthy fats that you can include, whether you're vegan, vegetarian, or a meat eater, include avocado, nuts and seeds, healthy oils like extra virgin olive oil, coconut oil is fine too, avocado oil is fine. All of these are great sources of fat that can help you to feel satisfied and full after eating a meal or a snack. The luteal phase begins after ovulation and lasts all the way until the start of your menstrual phase, phase 1. Now it is your turn. I want you to comment down below one food you can begin incorporating into your diet for each phase of your menstrual cycle. So again, the menstrual phase is phase 1. This is where you want to prioritize iron. Phase 2 is the follicular phase. This is where you want to prioritize fiber-rich carbs. Phase 3 is the ovulatory phase. This is where you want to prioritize protein. And the final phase is the luteal phase. And this is where you want to prioritize healthy fats. So I don't want you to just listen to this video and go about your merry way. I want you to apply what you learned. So comment down below one food that can fall within each phase of your cycle, and I'll give you one to begin. So for the menstrual phase where you need iron, maybe you can include some lentils. Now go ahead and answer what food you're going to include for phase 2, 3, and 4 for the follicular, ovulatory, and luteal phase. And if you feel like throwing in an extra one for the menstrual phase, have at it. If you enjoyed this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. And if you have not done so already, be sure to subscribe for future videos on food, nutrition, and holistic health. As always, I hope this video helps you to live a well-nourished life.